What's up, guys? Let's talk about the Superman trailer. This might be one of my favorite teaser trailers of all time. I think I've watched it about 20 or 30 times already. It's just so good. As far as teaser trailers go, this was absolutely perfect. It didn't give any or much away from the story. There was only a few lines of dialogue. I think just Superman, home, Krypto, take me home. That's it. That's all we got. And I think that's perfect because this is just the teaser. Now, there are so many cool things about this trailer that I really wanted to dive into. My favorite thing about this trailer is Krypto. I think that's everyone's favorite part of this trailer. The fact that he makes such a presence like from the get-go at the beginning of this trailer should tell you everything you need to know about this version of Superman. I love how he just kind of whistles and you just see that giant cloud of snow, and then he just shows up. He's like, "Sup, Superman," and starts licking him. I think that's awesome. I think it's so awesome. And James Gunn, if you're listening, please make sure that DC licenses some form of dog collar with Krypto's cape on it, because I will absolutely be here for it. I love the look of this movie so much. I didn't really care about the color grading or whatever people were complaining about of that 30-second teaser from the other day. But this movie looks very well. The shots, and I know they're still probably going to do some cleaning up, but the cinematography on this movie already looks really nice. David Cornsweet, I think he's going to absolutely crush it as Clark Kent and Superman. And the reason I say separately is because he's absolutely playing two different characters. That shot of him as Clark walking down the street, he bumps into someone and they're just like, and he just keeps on walking. Even though he's like towering over everyone, no one could pick him out of a lineup and say, "Oh yeah, that's Superman." And it's not just, the same person that does that. He absolutely takes over that mild-mannered, dorky persona of Clark Kent, and we're gonna see that for the first time since Brandon Routh really kind of had that a little bit in Superman Returns, but really not since Christopher Reeve. Henry Cavill, he basically was playing Superman while he was playing Clark Kent. There was no distinguishing difference between Clark Kent and Superman. He wasn't that dorky presence that Clark Kent is supposed to be. Clark Kent is supposed to be the mask. And I feel like he didn't play Clark that way. We do see the rest of the Justice Society, or this version of maybe the first iteration of the Justice League. Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, Guy Gardner. The hair, it sells me on it. The power looks good as well. Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, that shot of Metamorpho, and I'll get back to Metamorpho later on. The rest of the cast looks great, right? Rachel Brosnahan looks like she's going to crush it as Lois. The chemistry that they teased in this between Clark and Lois, it already shows on here. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor literally looks like he's coming right out of a comic book. Like that presence that he has, he looks so sinister, he looks so evil, and I think he is going to absolutely crush it as Lex Luthor. Those shots of him, it sold me. It absolutely sold me. The rest of this trailer sells me so much. The fact that Superman's gonna fight against this kaiju, I've seen a couple of different theories, and I have one of my own that I haven't seen yet. A lot of the theories that I'm seeing is that's going to be the opening of the movie, because James Gunn has come out and said, the opening of this movie is going to be, we're going to jump right into the action at the beginning of this movie. And I wouldn't be surprised if the opening of this movie, the opening credits, is Superman versus the kaiju, this kaiju creature, and then that's what causes him to go up to the North Pole and to the Fortress of Solitude, and that's where he finds Krypto. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the opening credits. I also wouldn't be surprised if that's the ending battle or mid-movie battle, because one of my theories, we haven't seen a lot of Metamorpho in those set photos, and I know it's harder to do because he's going to be all prosthetics and a little bit of CGI, but I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Lex turned a Metamorpho into this kaiju monster that has to go up against Superman. I I've seen like that leak from McFarlane that has Lex with the baby kaiju, so maybe, you know, he somehow splices him and Metamorpho to the kaiju, the mini kaiju and Metamorpho together, and that's the monster that Superman's fighting. It looks like the members of this Justice Society are going to be a part of that fight as well. So we'll see. There's also that like big ball in the sky towards the end of the trailer that Superman and Lois are just kind of looking at. It kind of looks like there's some Green Lantern power going up to it that might be trying to stop it. And Superman doesn't know if he should help. Because I think a part of this movie, we see that moment where the can's thrown at Superman. I wonder if for a time society is going to reject Superman, or they're going to like they're going to reject Superman and not want his help. But he's a symbol of hope, and he's going to want to be that symbol and stop this. So I wonder if that's going to be part of the aspect. I know there was those set photos of Rick Flag, Frank Grillo, taking him in the handcuffs. So maybe that's part of that. I definitely think that this is going to be the movie of 2025. I love this new era of DC that we're going into. I love that this Superman is going to be interacting with a world that DC characters have existed already. And it's not that he is the first superhero. Maybe he's entering a world full of superheroes, and he is becoming the symbol of hope of those superheroes that are meant for good and aren't just government-controlled heroes. I think that's going to be a very interesting aspect of this movie. I also love that this looks like it's a comic book come to life, and that's the one thing I really love about James Gunn's work. The Suicide Squad was a graphic novel on film form. Like, there's no doubt about that, and that's the biggest aspect of that movie that I enjoyed. He is such a comic book nerd. He is such a master at storytelling these superhero comic book movies, and it ties you in so emotionally that you're so invested in this world, and I just can't wait for that. I love this like ultimate version of Superman, and I really, really wish that this version of Superman met the Rob Pat Batman, because I think that those two are such comic accurate versions of these characters already, and hopefully we haven't seen the movie yet, and that's just my hope, but hopefully that because these are two such great characters that are very so well done compared to their comic book counterparts, I wish that we saw them interact, and maybe we'll see. What did you think of the Superman trailer? What is your favorite aspect of it? What kind of things did you pick up on? What are your theories about this movie? Let me know. Thanks for watching.